The Fairview Cemetery is a historic gem located right here in the heart of League City. Let's find out what makes it so unique and learn about all of the history it has to offer.
My name is Deborah Gammon, searcher, genealogist, historian of Fairview Cemetery.
Deborah Gammon is an expert at unraveling the interesting facts about the Fairview Cemetery, which began burials in the year 1900 and still continues today.
The cemetery is League City history. The pioneers are here. We have 10 Union veterans. We have 10 verified Confederate veterans. And they moved here after the war between the states, and they all got along.
Fairview Cemetery also contains the graves of 24 known World War I veterans, including 3 young men who died during the war.
This is Leslie Bryan Scott. He died in World War I. He was the only man killed in battle from League City in World War I. And he was buried originally in France, where he died, and then his body was repatriated in 1921 to this cemetery, and it was the biggest funeral that League City had seen to date.
But there are many that still have not been identified.
We have over 200 unmarked graves. That's of people that just never had headstones.
The first burial in Fairview was Charlotte Lodi Natho, who was only a child when she died.
This is Lottie. She was only 9 years old. She died of diphtheria after the 1900 storm. She wasn't killed in the water, but she died of diphtheria because of the disease afterwards.
This is also the final resting ground of the Japanese native Sato Saibara and his immediate family. He is credited with having first established the rice industry on the Gulf Coast of the U.S.
Believe it or not, in 1895, the Gulf of Galveston froze over, and a lot of crops were lost. And a lot of the farmers that were here in the 1890s decided, well, they were leaving. So the government here, they had to come up with a plan to bring more farmers in this area. So their plan was to bring the Japanese from Japan and have rice fields. And they came in 1904, Sato Saibara, and he brought a lot of the Japanese with him and settled here and raised the rice fields.
As you walk around the Fairview Cemetery, you will find multiple structures with historical significance that will catch your eye.
This is a Woodman of the World tombstone. Woodman of the World started as a benevolent organization after the war between the states, and then it turned into an insurance company. So when you come to a cemetery and you see a tree, that means he was a member of the Woodman of the World.
And an angel statue carved out of wood.
When Hurricane Ike hit, the water went all the way up to the road, and several of the live oaks in the cemetery died. The family, the Fleming family, paid for a man from Galveston to come carve the dead oak into an angel for their family. And this is their family here.
Gammon says many people may not know that the Fairview Cemetery is a Christian cemetery and has a very specific layout.
You can see that we're facing east. In Christian burials, the head is always facing east, so that at the second coming, they can sit up and see Christ. So that's why they're facing east. And the woman should be on the left side of the man because Eve came from Adam's left rib.
The list of rich history inside the Fairview Cemetery continues. Gammon says she is still fascinated by new information the cemetery has to offer and encourages others to research their own ancestors. After all, you may never know what interesting facts or secrets you may uncover.
You sit in a classroom as a child and they start spouting all these dates and who did what and who did this, and you can't put it in context. But if you research the people in your hometown cemetery, you are going to learn the history of the town.